Hello everyone, Tim here. In this video, I want to talk about Steelbooks. I'm a pretty big Steelbook guy. I've got, a decent sized collection of them. I've been buying them for a while. I enjoy them. But are we hitting a saturation point? Is there just too many and they're too expensive? I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing the prices and the amount of releases for Steelbooks coming, and it's a little bit overwhelming. Now, granted, we don't have to buy these things. These are luxury purchases. I don't need to buy a Steelbook. I could just buy a regular release. But I do enjoy Steelbooks. It's a fun little sub-niche of the hobby. I enjoy them, hence I buy them. But there does hit a point in any type of collectible hobby where if you flood the market, you can actually tank the market. I'm not saying we're there yet. Don't think I'm saying that. But like you go back a decade and like Funkos were the rage. And we're not even going back to like the idea of Beanie Babies and stuff, but Funko was the rage. These things you couldn't keep these things on shelves, it felt like. Funko just kept making more and more and more and more. And now we've hit a saturation point where it wasn't that long ago Funko had to toss a bunch of unsold ones in the landfill because they just couldn't get rid of them. It cost more to warehouse them than just to offload the stock of them. And again, I'm not saying we're there with Steelbooks, but collecting of physical movies is already a pretty narrow niche. Like you're taking movie fans that want to buy discs, movie fans that want to buy Steelbooks, and you just keep getting, the funnel keeps getting narrower at that point. The amount of people that want to buy this stuff. And the prices keep getting more and more and more. We had, not that many years ago, the Lionsgate Steelbooks were, $20. Then it was creeping up a little bit, $22.99. We saw like $24.99. Kept creeping up. We're hitting the point now where Steelbooks, and granted, this stuff is my fault too for buying it, but like I said, I enjoy Steelbooks, but I am hitting a tipping point here. But I pre-ordered this thing. I love the Evil Dead movies, hence I was getting this. I love the Evil Deads. But Walmart doesn't do their like price adjustment in the same way like Amazon does. I pre-ordered this thing and it shipped to me for $44.98. That's a lot of money. I paid it. I'm part of the problem, but like I'm just overall saying the prices are getting expensive. The Inside Out 2 Steelbook, that thing has an MSRP of like $67.99, and Amazon has now dropped it to the low price of like $44.99. How much more that thing is gonna drop before release? I don't think much. Like I think it will release around 40. That's a lot. I feel like it wasn't that many years ago 40 was the expensive Steelbook, and now 40 is kind of 35, 40 is the norm, and it's a lot. So you release Steelbooks at those prices, people have to pick and choose, but then you're also at the same time releasing more. Like, just as an example, right here is August of 2022, all the Steelbooks that came out in August of 22. Now here's all the Steelbooks that came out in August of 23. And now here's all the Steelbooks that came out or come out August of 24. It just keeps ramping up. Steadily keeps ramping up year by year, month by month, the amount of Steelbooks we're getting. Part of this stuff falls on, studios. Studios see Steelbooks sell. So, hey, we already have a limited market. These sell. Let's make more. Let's make more. Let's make more. But we're getting to a point now where, like, we're not even getting, like, wide varieties on some of the Steelbooks in some of the weeks, where in one week we got, like, 7 titles that are all kind of just the variants of the different horror movies from Walmart. It's a lot. It's a lot to throw out there. They're treating the Steelbooks kind of like they treat the slipcovers, where like, Here's the slipcover design of the month. Here's a whole bunch of them. Buy them all. That's kind of what they're doing with the Steelbooks right now as well, along with all of the standard stuff that's coming out weekly. And I'm not saying don't buy Steelbooks or any of that stuff. I'm just saying it's getting expensive, and I think we're hitting a market saturation point here soon. There will be a point, if it keeps up at this pace, there's going to be a point where this stuff starts to dwindle in sales. You're going to hit that apex point of it's too expensive and there's too much. Because there are a fair amount of Steelbook collectors out there that they try to buy most or all. There are the people that they want just what they want, but there's a lot of people that buy like all of them that come out that they can. And it's just beginning to be a lot. When you're cheap, when you're like, yay, this Steelbook is cheap and it's in the $27 range, that's something, because that used to be, oh dang, this one's $27? Whew, it's getting close to $30. That now feels like a cheaper Steelbook. We're not seeing all that many, in the 20s. So many Steelbooks I'm getting are more. And granted, like, these were that little bit lesser price. These are just Blu-ray re-releases. The new stuff is expensive. Again, $44.98 I paid. I mean, even at Amazon right now, it's like $36 or something like that. Like, that's expensive, guys. That is expensive. So, I'd like to know your thoughts for the people that collect Steelbooks out there. In the end, Steelbooks are they're a collectible of a movie you're already going to buy. So none of this stuff is necessary. For every Steelbook, for most of the Steelbooks, there's a slipcover variant of it already. Some movies come out only Steelbook. That's pretty rare. Normally you'll get a slipcover coming behind, but it's just a lot. It's becoming a lot. It's becoming a lot to keep up with. It's expensive. I no longer buy Steelbooks quite to the extent I did. Old me, a couple years ago, would have bought all of these. I'm not. I'm starting to hit that own personal, tipping point where I'm buying more stuff I'm interested in, and some of the other ones that look cool, I'm passing on because it's just too much freaking money, man. $44.98 for Evil Dead is a lot of money, and it's like, I wanted to lock in the pre-order. I didn't want to miss the Steelbook, but because of that, I paid a lot of money. So, I don't know. I don't know what's causing it. Is it greed of the studios, greed of the store? Has the manufacturing price risen substantially? Like, inflation has hit everyone hard with everything. Everything's been going up. So has the cost to make them went up enough to justify this, or is this stores and studios taking advantage of us? It feels more like it's that. I feels more like it's, hey, inflation is hitting, and this is costing us an extra $1 or $2, but we're gonna raise it another $5 or $7 or $10 instead, because we see the potential to wring the freaking remaining customers of every last dollar they have. So that's all I have. I love Steelbooks, and it's just that the prices are getting tough, guys. They're getting tough. But that's all I've got. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next one.